What's up, people? Today we have the third video on macromolecules. Today's video's topic will be about nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are confusing sometimes. In this video, I'll break down everything you need to know about them and the structure. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment saying I subscribed. We will try to personally reply to your comment. Nucleic acids. Ever heard of this word before? You may have heard the word nucleus or nucleotide. If you have heard of any of these before, not to worry, you will in the next few minutes. There are two main classes of nucleic acids: ribonucleic acid, also known as RNA, and deoxyribonucleic acid, which is DNA. I'm sure you heard of those before. DNA and RNA have the job of storing and expressing genetic information. The weight of DNA needed to store the entire world's data is around 2.2 pounds or 1 kilogram, equivalent to 1 liter of water. Each cell has its own DNA. Its DNA encoded all the information the cell needs to make proteins, replicate to perform mitosis, where the cell divides into two identical daughter cells, and just to function normally. The monomers of nucleic acids are nucleotides. Nucleotides come in 5 different types. These nucleotides are arranged into 2 groups. Adenine and guanine are classified as purines, and thymine and cytosine being classified as pyrimidines. There are 4 types of bases you can find in DNA. And since DNA is double-stranded, each base has a complementary pair. For example, in DNA, adenine and thymine respectively pair together, and guanine and cytosine are both paired together, both respectively by a hydrogen bond. This changes with RNA, however. Remember the structure of RNA? DNA has a double helix, meaning it has 2 sides, which is why the bases pair up. RNA is only single-stranded, so it doesn't pair up with any bases. RNA also has 4 bases, but they are cytosine, adenine, guanine, and uracil. Uracil replaces thymine in RNA only. Remember, in DNA, adenine and thymine go together, and guanine and cytosine go together. Let's have a closer look at the structure of nucleic acids though. The right side is DNA, and the left side is RNA. You can see that they are almost the exact same thing, except one is just half the size, and uracil replaces thymine. If you zoom in a little bit more, you can see what a nucleotide structure is. It consists of a phosphate group, which is the orange circle, a sugar, which is called ribose. DNA sugar is almost the same, except it lacks an oxygen atom on the second ring, hence the name deoxyribose. This base is one of the 5 we discussed: ATGC in DNA and AUGC in RNA. So what is the importance of nucleic acids? What is the purpose? DNA and RNA carry genetic information, which the cell reads to make RNA and proteins that the cell needs to survive and function. DNA is found inside the nucleus, enclosed in a nuclear membrane, while RNA is usually outside the cell being coded. RNAs are copies of DNA.